Hey everybody, it's Emily here. I wanted to pop in because I haven't posted very much on social media in the last little bit, and I've got Adam here with me as well. And so we're going to call this like Takeover Tuesday, but mostly it's like a quick farm update. So I'll start with a couple of housekeeping items. Anybody that has gotten a custom whole hog from us, those are still at the processor. We're still waiting on them. They should be done very soon, and so I'll be reaching out to you as soon as I know more information about when those hogs are ready. Should be hopefully just another few days, and so that's that on pigs. Secondly, people are waiting on turkey. We're going to be processing turkeys starting on Thursday, so at least a portion of the turkey will be ready here in another few days after we get done with that. There may be some other turkey cuts and stuff that we do a little later that we won't necessarily have the first couple of days, but I think for what people are waiting on, we'll be able to have that done for you here in another few days, I guess. So pigs, whole hogs, and turkeys, that should be most of everything that people are waiting on from us. Everything else we have in stock, except for bacon. I don't like to talk about bacon, so I don't know. Adam, why don't we have a lot of bacon?
Because everybody likes bacon, and there's not very much of it on a pig. If you consider you get maybe what, you say 13 packs, 14 packs of bacon?
Sometimes like 17.
Maybe as much as 17 packs, so that's only 17 pounds of a pig that when it was alive was, 250, 275. So it's not a whole lot of bacon on a pig, so that goes really, really fast. So we try to get other things up made into bacon, or bacon-like things like copa mussels into bacon, or jowl cured into a jowl bacon, which is a little bit more fatty, but has been pretty popular. But even that only goes so far. But that helps us to... The bacon may be gone, but the pork is definitely not. So we've got lots of ribs. We've got a significant number of pork chops. We've got, you name it, sausage, brats, breakfast links. We got all of it. And pre-made patties. We got pre-made hot and mild with our extra sage patties. Mm-hmm. So there's tons and tons and tons of pork, just not bacon.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it makes you think, too. Not to rabbit hole or get on a soapbox too bad, but like, say you went to Walmart or somewhere like that, and they've got like an endless amount of bacon on the shelf ready for you to buy. How many pigs have basically died for us so that we could have all those packs of bacon, and what happened to all the rest of it? Because, we know on a small scale how much of it doesn't move compared to the bacon, so I can't imagine commodity amounts. That just blows my mind. So
I don't have a contract with Spam.
Yeah, right.
I would get rid of
Yeah, we're not making Spam, I guess. So that's probably where some of those tidbits go. Anyway, so we got our whole hog update, our turkey update. We've done that. The next thing up would be farmers market schedule. So Dickson County Farmers Market moves to also adding Wednesdays for the month of July and August. But I wanted to let everybody know that we do not go on Wednesdays to the Dickson market. We love all y'all, and it just, I think it's mostly geared toward produce, and we don't do produce. Our products are the same year round, so we stick with our normal routine on Wednesdays. We don't deviate from our normal routine, and our normal Wednesday schedule is every other week is Waverly Wednesday deliveries. So we do home deliveries in the morning, and then we also are at the Arrington Farmers Market in the afternoon during May through October. So the Dickson County Farmers Market on Wednesday is a no-go for us in our schedule, but that's just during July and August. So if you still want to stop by and you're in town, go ahead and go get you some fresh produce, tomatoes, lettuce, all that stuff, whatever they have available. I know there's several baked goods too, I think, that are there on Wednesdays as well. So I don't want to don't count that market out. It's just we won't personally be there, so we wanted to let you know. And then in particular for tomorrow, due to our schedule, I will not be at the Arrington Farmers Market. I will be back next week. And that'll kind of lead me into like our longer-ish story as to why I won't be at Arrington tomorrow. It's been, I think I've texted several different people over the last little bit, and you'll get a poop emoji and the word show, because that's kind of what it's been around here the last couple of days. It started like, I don't know, the last 2 weeks we knew we were going to be incredibly busy, both with personal schedules for the kids, and it's just peak season right now with meat chickens, and so just all that stuff, a lot of running around, getting the kids where they need to go, vacation Bible school, camps, all that stuff, and then it also fell during when it was time to process some chickens, so it was like, okay, looking at the calendar, surely we can do this, we'll make it work, but it's going to be 2 weeks of crazy. And so like going to bed late, getting up early, running around, just keeping the roads hot, that sort of thing. And during all that chaos, it just happens like every now and again, there's a lot of heavy lifting literally around this place. Just taking care of animals and doing all of the things. And so we had a turkey get out like 10 days ago or so. And Adam was trying to get the turkey put back into the fence where it belongs, because we have lots of foxes that like our turkeys. And so he is now 37, which is too old to twist and bend. When you bend over, you cannot go at an angle. And so when he went to catch the turkey, he tweaked his back.
Yeah, I went to grab its leg. You got to get a hold of the legs while it's still on the ground, because if you pick them up and you don't got a hold of them real good, you're in for a fight. So I reached out to grab it and tweaked my back and laid down after that, and the turkey just went off. But then it was curious, so it came back to say, "What's wrong with you, buddy?" And then grabbed it while I was in pain on the ground. got it back up, and that was bad for a day or two, and then it got better, but it's still sore. Then doing chores, was it Saturday morning?
Yeah, I was at the Dixon Market. I get a phone call from him, and he's like, "I'm stuck in the woods. I got out of the truck." And
bouncing up and down logging roads, basically going to where the pigs are, where you run them in the woods. And I was just twisted the wrong way or something in my seat and bounced, and I got a disc problem in my back is essentially what happened. And it pinched and I crammed, and I'm not a big guy, but I'm big enough that a 98 Nissan Frontier is small. And I couldn't get out of the thing. Like, I was struggling to get out of the thing. You got to reach forward, pull the parking brake out of the dash so it don't roll away. I couldn't do that. I just shut it off and kick it into gear with my knee, and then rolled out like I was on fire. It was really pitiful. Anyways, I eventually got up. I couldn't get back down to get in that truck, so I walked from tree to tree back to the house and kind of just laid in the bed and left everything like it was. And Emily had to come home and pick up the pieces, unfortunately.
Yeah, from the market on Saturday, which is also the same day as our daughter's show she had to end her camp. So yeah. I had gone to
the Friday show the night before, thank goodness. But yeah, no, that was bad. And I was basically out that whole day, and then was very limited what I could do the next day. And now finally I'm pretty well functional today, as you can tell from all the sweat. As long as I'm careful and I'm wearing a back brace and reminded that I'm old and don't do silly things, and I've been better off.
Yeah, so since Saturday though, I've been handling most of the animal chores as best as I can. Of course, I don't do things the way Adam likes for me to sometimes, so there's been a little bit of fussing as well, but I've been trying to do my best to help him with chores. And that being said, if I back up to Saturday, when I came home and hurriedly unhooked my trailer from the farmer's market and put things from the coolers back in the freezers, I went down one side of the garage and made sure all of our freezer doors were latched closed. But I apparently failed to check the other side before I left to go to the performance that I was trying to make it to. And so we're out all the rest of the night and come home, go to bed, and Adam had stayed in the bed pretty much all day Saturday afternoon because he couldn't move. Like, before we left to go to the play, I left him with a couple of drinks in a cooler bag next to him in case he couldn't get up. Because I just had to leave him. And so we got back and went to bed Saturday night, got up Saturday morning. I was like, I'm going to get a head start on chores. I know I have to do them anyway. So I'm down in the garage to get ready to go feed all the animals breakfast. And I noticed that one of the freezers was cracked open a couple of inches. And I was like, oh no. And usually if that happens, there might be like some frosty packages or something like that, but everything is still cold, and it might have just been a few minutes.
Usually we catch it within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Not something that sits overnight.
So needless to say, 8:30 in the morning on Sunday, I had it in my head I was going to make it to church even. I realized we had inadvertently, basically, because it was my fault, I had inadvertently left this freezer open and thawed all of our chicken wings out, and a few other packages of things. And so I was like, oh no, what am I going to do?
To be fair, it wasn't all the chicken wings. A lot of them in the back were still rock hard, solid, frozen, where they were insulated by all the others.
Yeah. So.
But we ended up going ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was just, I just didn't want to take any chances. So I was like, what am I going to do with all of this stuff? I was like, I don't want to waste it. We could cook it for us, and it would be like a heck of a lot of meal planning all at once, but we'd have some chicken in the freezer that was already cooked, and maybe that would be helpful, and that kind of makes the best of a bad situation. That whole freezer had quite a bit of meat in it, and so if you're looking at the dollar amount of what that would have been retail, it was a decent chunk of a loss, which is not good. And so I was feeling real sick over that. And so I texted Miss Leah at church to let her know that we wouldn't be making it to church after all. I said, I've got to cook all this food. Tell anybody that wants some chicken wings to come over after church and pick some up. And so we have a wonderful church family, and so we had a few different people come by after church, and they got chicken wings, and gave me some money for them, which they did not have to do, and I wasn't asking them to do, but that's just how wonderful our church family is. And so then I cried. That was probably the first time I cried over the last couple of days, just the first time. The story gets even better. So I cried. And then trying to feed the animals, get all the animals taken care of, but I know in the back of my head, as soon as I get done with chores, I gotta cook all these chicken wings. And so I texted a good friend of ours that happens to like to cook, thankfully. And I was like, I don't know what you guys are doing today. It's a little bit short notice, but this is what I just did. So if you'd like to come over, you can bring your kids, and our kids will play, and they'll have a good time, and we've got a butt ton of chicken to cook. Do you want to help? And this is how you know you have the best friends ever, and they're our friends. You can't have them. They've got plenty of friends. Is they said, yeah, we can do that. That'll be fun. And so they came, and they brought Adam a glass with some whiskey in it, so to take a little edge off, because he was frustrated. Yeah. To say the least, plus in pain. So, a little glass of whiskey, and we got started on parting out all these, chicken wings, making drums and flats, and we fried some, we baked some, and we, boiled some in a giant pot so that we would just have meat for casseroles and stuff like that. And then we vacuum sealed everything in packages. And so we sent some home, obviously, with our friends, and then we kept some,
we ended up eating a whole lot of fried chicken.
We ate a whole bunch of fried chicken wings, yeah. Actually, I was so busy, I only ate 4 pieces of wings. And so I was starving after everybody went home, which is ironic. Because
you didn't need to do that.
Because I vacuum sealed everything, basically. I was determined not to eat it at the time because I really wanted to at least have the benefit of meal prep after all of the insanity. Because I knew that, future me would be super thankful for that. But a huge thanks to our friends that came over and helped. You can follow them on Instagram because he likes to cook and takes pictures of all of his stuff, or his wife does actually, and posts it. But it's at Doug C. Bougie Foodie on Instagram. And the stuff they make is immaculate. So, of course, he came in, fried up some beautiful chicken wings. They were amazing. Brought his own homemade barbecue sauce he already had in his cabinet. And we were all set to go. So, super wonderful friends. And so that was Sunday. So we got all that chicken cooked, thankfully, and packaged up so it didn't at least get wasted. We have a lot less chicken wings in our inventory now, but we'll fix that here in another few days when we process again.
Yeah, it won't take long.
But, so then we move into Monday, which, of course, as you're aware, has been insane with the heat. The heat has just been nuts over the last couple of days, and we knew it was coming. Summer's finally here, but it's been pretty brutal. And so I start off yesterday, again, trying to do the chores so that he can rest his back. Because my thought process is it's better for me to go at it for a few days, really difficult, doing really hard stuff, to, let him get better. Because I really just need him to be, functional and not hurting himself again. Because the more we prolong everything, then it's just even harder. And so I start off yesterday trying to do chores, and he texts me in the morning after he wakes up to ask me how things are going. I sent him back a colorful emoji.
You're number one is what it said.
Because again, it's the two of us on this farm. We it's us. We have help occasionally, but not the majority of the time. It's the two of us. And so everything we do, everything you get from us has been touched by our two hands. It's us. So, so doing chores yesterday was pretty rough, and it took more than 12 hours to get everything done that needed to be done. There were some fires to put out. There's a lot that goes into everything, and then on top of that, with the extreme heat, you're revisiting a lot of things just to try to mitigate risk. And so what that means as far as some of the meat chickens, we have to try to keep them cooler because of the heat. They just can't handle it. And then we have to, our turkeys are getting terribly hot. We're just right on the cusp of processing them. And so the heat has been really tough on them. And so we're just really, really trying to get them through these next couple of days because we're scheduled to process them on Thursday. And so we've got a swimming pool, a kiddie pool out for the turkeys right now so that they can just sit in it. We've got a kiddie pool over at the new egg layers.
We missed the meat birds too. The meat birds.
Yeah, we've been spraying the meat birds. Just doing everything we can. Our egg layers are in a shadier spot. They're doing okay. They're hanging in there. And the pigs are all in the woods, thankfully, and that really helps with keeping them a lot cooler. Because obviously once you get in the shade, it's just so much better. But out in the pasture, that's where the sun is just brutal. This is put your bathing suit on and do chores, because you may as well, because whether you soak yourself in the water hose after you're fed up or you've just sweated to death, it's just put on your bathing suit and do chores. That's how hot it is outside. And it may not be pretty, but that's so there's been over the last couple of days, we're burnt, my shoulders are burnt. I've got blisters on my feet, just rough. Yesterday was particularly rough. And then on top of that, I'm shorter than he is. So doing animal chores, sometimes gets me a little frustrated because he's 6 feet tall. I'm 5 feet 3.5 inches.
A little frustrated. That was the reason for your number one emoji you sent me. It was all about stature.
So, scooping the pig feet out. You have to be tall or use a stool. The stool that was put in place was a single step, which is fine for a 6-foot man. It's not for me. So, I need probably a rotator cuff surgery now, and just, scooping feet out. Because with the animals, we don't have a barn. Everything is mobile. All of our infrastructure is mobile. And so we're scooping out a good 15 5-gallon buckets of feed a day at least. We're toting around at any given time a total of about 15 buckets at least right now.
Yeah.
Of feed full, so those are probably 25-pound buckets.
Between 12 and 16.
12 to 16, and those buckets weigh about 25 pounds when they're full of feed. I'm pretty sure. 30 pounds.
Completely filled with the brim's 30.
30 pounds. So, if you got one in each hand, you're carrying 60 pounds at least 8 or 10 times. So, so a lot of physical labor involved. But then to add insult to injury, I always shock myself on every fence. It doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And also, by the way, hog panels are exactly the same length as my, stride, so I can't step over hog panels.
Is it hog panels or is it cattle? No, it's hog panels.
It's hog panels. You can step over a hog panel.
Cattle panel,
your legs are long enough to step over a hog panel, which is what you do to water everything as far as, the piglets that are in training and stuff like that. And we're using some hog panels with the turkeys, and so he can step over the hog panels. Makes it look easy. I can't. I literally would need to carry around a stool with me everywhere I go, which I guess I'm gonna have to start doing. But I decided yesterday we're gonna have strategic planning about ergonomics and accessibility for all the animal chores, because he can't be the only one that is doing all this, and it needs to be a little easier. So it's got to be where we can make it where we could have a little instruction booklet and anybody could do it. So we're learning, and we already knew that, obviously Adam's a super important resource. Anything we do around here is all him. I'm sales, marketing, website, social media. You see me more than you see him, but physically, he's crucial. So when he's needs to rest or something, it can get difficult. And so I was pretty frustrated yesterday. And of course, by yesterday afternoon, after I was burnt to a crisp, blisters on my feet, and shocked myself on the fence again, 3 times in a row, because it turns out the truck was parked too close to it. And when I opened the truck door, it lit the whole truck up. Me? Shut up.
It was quite a scene. Yeah.
A fit might have been pitched.
Yeah.
It was ugly.
Oh, she's gonna turn green and all her clothes are gonna rip. It's gonna hulk out. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. So, y'all don't usually see me like that. I'm very mild-mannered. But you can only get shocked on the fence so many times.
It was 3 times in a row.
It was 3 times in a row. And I didn't have my shoes on. I didn't have my boots on anymore because I had blistered feet. So I stepped out of the truck with no shoes on to put on my Crocs. And
that bugger's probably about 6,000 volts.
Yeah. 3 times.
5 to 6,000 volts.
3 times. 3 times. And then I punched the truck door.
Which hurt your hand.
Which hurt my hand.
Yeah.
It was more like a what do you call it? A heel strike is what I did. I didn't punch it.
I don't know. I just heard it. I didn't see you do it. I didn't see that part. I don't know what you did.
Not pretty. Not pretty, not ladylike. So we're working through that. Today went a lot smoother. I think we're on the home stretch. Because I got up super early and went out about 6:30 this morning. I got everything done except for our meat birds. And then I checked in with Adam, and he was up and moving, and so he rode with me over to the meat birds, and we did it together. And I think what the other thing that we've learned here, the moral of the story is, for the amount of work we have to do and the volume, it's really best if you do tag team it, even if it's just for moral support. It's better to have somebody riding with you, I think. Do you agree, Adam?
Yeah, some of that stuff could, in theory, be dangerous too. So it's good to have somebody else there.
Yeah,
I think
it's just to have some company to commiserate in the heat, and to help out and just be a second set of hands.
Yeah,
makes things go a little faster, and just kind of helps get some of that stuff done. Like with the meat birds, for example, since we move everything every day, having somebody that can put the chain on the truck, and then also having, somebody that can stay in the truck and drive it, saves a lot of time moving the birds. And so while
somebody feeding and then somebody else watering.
Yeah, somebody putting the feed out while the other person's doing the water. So it really is helpful to have two people do it, and that's something we're guilty of not doing all the time. And usually our normal routine is I send him out and he does all the chores in the morning, and I'm doing other things like basically back end office stuff is what I'm doing. So here we are. Now we've kind of, I think, worked through most of our crises at the moment. Today was also another kind of catch-up day. We postponed processing. We were going to process yesterday and today, but we postponed it because I knew that he needed to get his back better before we even tried to get into that. So
yeah, parts of it only I do, so wasn't really going to be possible.
Yeah, and I'm not going to go to Arrington tomorrow so that I can be around here to help again, just to help do chores again, even if we do it together, so we can get up and get out early ahead of the heat. We've also been going back in the afternoon and spraying everybody down too to help keep everybody cool, because we did have a couple of chickens yesterday that got too hot, and we lost a couple of chickens, and we lost a couple of turkeys as well to the heat. So we've got to stay vigilant on that. And so it takes a lot of time. It makes chores kind of take twice as long, because you do the first round and then you got to turn around and go do it again just to stay vigilant.
We wouldn't have lost them either, except for it's the insane temperature. It's been 99 degrees down here. Even today it has. And then the age range that they're at is absolutely most vulnerable, where they're really, really big. They're right ready to be processed. And on a normal day, the chicken's body temperature is already 105 degrees. It doesn't take much for them to get really hot. And these are broiler chickens that are eating a lot, high metabolism. They produce a tremendous amount of heat. Like if it gets really cold, or if you have them out in the cold, you can actually see steam coming off these birds like they're a bunch of football players. So when you get them out in the heat, we're having to go back and spray them multiple times a day. So it's a 3 trips a day process now to keep them under temperature and keep them safe. So, which is not something we normally have to do. We may have a few days out of the year we have to do that, but it's been like a couple. It's already here in June. We've already had a couple of days where we've had to go back and do that now. We're going to tomorrow too. Yeah.
So, and a lot of people take a break during July and don't process. And these are birds that are just really almost ready to go.
That's what I'm getting at. It's their age.
Yeah.
Like all of our birds that are younger aren't really having a problem.
Yeah. So these were some we intended to get processed this week, and then the heat. Usually the heat isn't geared up quite yet at the end of June. It's usually into July, August that you have to worry about it. So, so we're gonna get that done starting on Thursday. But yes, it's I didn't really want to get on here to complain per se. I just wanted to explain, like, if we can't be at a market, or if we can't do a delivery or something like that, it's literally because it is the two of us, and we have to keep the animals alive so that we have something to sell, right? So
yeah, we have people that come in and help us, but that's just for processing, really.
Yeah, so we don't have we don't have a lot of resources at our disposal to still be able to, like, attend certain events if in case of an emergency. And this is, I think, extenuating circumstance, this heat, and the heat on top of having back pain. Anybody that's had back pain knows it sucks, and I've also struggled with it. I'm good right now, but I did spend 12 weeks going to the chiropractor because before I had my trailer, I was lifting a lot of heavy coolers full of frozen meat, and that is rough stuff. So we're trying to make sure that we're appropriately taking care of ourselves as best we can, but also it's peak season, it's hustle time. Like, we're trying really hard to keep chicken in production. We always get so many compliments. Everybody loves our chicken. Anybody that has it loves it, and we want to keep putting it out there. So we're doing the best we can to keep everything going. You have days like yesterday where you question what you're even doing.
Yeah, I mean, we've never really had where we've had losses from the heat either, and we've been doing it for years. This was just like just a weird circumstance where everything just aligned that it was bad. And just we raise them all through summer, from spring to all the way into fall. We do not do winter because it doesn't make sense to do that. Your feed conversion rates are awful. The birds are not necessarily as healthy as they should be or could be with the cold weather, and they're just all the protein that they're eating and carbohydrates they're eating, they're just turning into heat energy for them, right? They're not growing. So it doesn't really work. So for us, for the type of structures we have plenty of shade, they have plenty of ventilation. It's normally not an issue. We just have to come back and spray them a couple times, which is pretty typical for people who do what we do, even at scale, or if they can have mobile structures that hold thousands of birds, 5,000-6,000, they still have misters in there. So this is not an abnormal thing to do. It's just for us to have it this early, it kind of caught us off guard, and then the age of these birds, they're just at a very fragile stage. So I just want everybody to don't worry that everybody else is okay. I can take you up there. I might take you up there and show you the chickens, make another video, so you can see them. They get to where they get used to the spray, and they get to where they enjoy it. At first they don't like it and they'll run from it and they get scared of it, and then after you've done it for a few days, they look forward to it because it cools them off and they like it.
And the turkeys too, they're pretty funny.
The turkeys are funny, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. The pigs are doing okay. They're not
hot at all.
Yeah, they're not hot. They're in the woods and they've got their wallows and they've got their water barrels. So I think pigs are okay. And most of what we have are piglets, and so they're young and resilient right now, so they're good to go. So I'm not too worried about them. But and then Polly, of course, we've been trying to keep her cool too. She does not like to be sprayed off. She's not a water dog.
No.
But we're close to possibly relocating her if we keep having heat like we did yesterday and today. We may just bring her back inside and do something different with her. We're monitoring that closely. She's helped mitigate some raccoon losses on the chickens, so that's why we are hesitant to remove her from the field. But she's in the shade. She's actually in the woods too, partially. So,
but she's got plenty of shade, plenty of water.
Yeah,
she's got everything she needs.
She just doesn't like getting sprayed off with the water hose.
She's gonna spray her to cool her off additionally, and she was not a fan.
Yeah. So, I think that's mostly it. I wanted just to provide those updates for everybody. Like, just to recap, whole hogs are coming to those that have ordered whole hogs. It should be a few more days. I'll reach out and get those to you. Turkeys, anybody waiting on turkey, I'll have that in probably early next week. I'll be in touch and we'll get that out to you. And then we are not doing the summer Dixon County Farmers Market for July and August on Wednesdays. That's Wednesdays only. We are there every Saturday. And then on tomorrow, I'm not going to be at Arrington. I will be back next week. So, and then just as a reminder, because July 4th holiday is coming up and all that, we have the ability where you can order on our website for farm pickup, and all farm pickups have a 10% discount that will be applied before your card is charged. So if you need anything for the holiday and you won't be at the market on Saturday in Dixon, don't hesitate to reach out and text me or order online for farm pickup, and you can get a discount on that as well, and get stuff for the holiday if you need to come out here. So just reach out to me and I'll help you with that. I don't have any deliveries going out this week, other than just a couple right here in McEwen. So, yeah, farm pickup should be available, and then I'll be at Dixon on Saturday. Even though it is July 4th, I'll still be there. And I'm pretty sure everybody else is planning to be there too. So we're going to have a good market Saturday. Plenty of time to go to the farmer's market before all the festivities. So don't not come to the market on Saturday, even though it's a holiday. It's going to be good. But everybody stay safe in the heat, and make sure you're drinking and applying suntan lotion or some other shade protection, whatever the crunchy version is of suntan lotion, because I know there's thoughts on all that, and I'm not up on all of it, but even if it's just staying in the shade, it's good to get a little vitamin D. So just be careful out there in the heat. and drink plenty and stay as cool as you can. We're trying. Some of it's unavoidable, so we're just doing the best as we can to stay safe and make sure we're healing our injuries and just keeping on going at it. It's not a sob story. It's the life we chose to get into this, and it's very rewarding to.
Oh no, I enjoy it.
Yeah, to provide
crazy,
food to
but I enjoy
people.
it.
Yeah, but it's definitely like days like yesterday are kind of like why?
If it don't work out, we'll just go back to getting a job just like everybody else. It'd be just fine. It don't matter.
Yesterday was one of those days that'll throw you for a loop where you're like, yeah, this is like asinine. Everything about this. But today was a lot better, thank goodness. So, I think that's all. For now. If you have any ideas for anything you want to talk about on a Takeover Tuesday, if you want this one's opinion on anything, he'll give it to you gladly.
Whether my wife will put that on the internet or not might be different.
And then one of the things we were going to talk about, I think, coming up for Takeover. Oh, I wanted to do like maybe a frequently asked questions Takeover Tuesday, like stuff we get at the market asked of us a lot of times. Things like, what do you feed? We get a lot of questions like, are your chickens grass fed? So maybe we'll dive into some of those things where it's like,
I think we've talked about that.
We've talked about it before,
but a longer video.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, and then we also have our homestead bundle. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew that's out there. Essentially, if you were thinking about raising chickens for yourself for the year, like a batch of 50 or something, don't do that. Call us because we can help you. We've got a homestead bundle where you can easily and efficiently get 50 whole chickens from us for a wholesale price, and it's much more effective and beneficial to you than getting started raising your own birds, getting all the supplies, tractor, plucker, all that stuff. We can,
or even if you didn't process them yourself, you got to take them to a processor.
Yeah, we can.
If you don't even include the transport crates, the driving time, fuel, and all that, you're still going to spend $8 at least a bird on processing. Sometimes I've seen $7, but you got to go. For us, the closest one is actually out of state in Kentucky, so it really doesn't make sense. So if you're going to get into it and you're going to try to process your own, if you're doing any number of them at all, you really should have equipment. By the time you do that, you're talking thousands of dollars, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Hardly to do it yourself. I mean, we can do it, and we'll probably do a better job, honestly, because we've made all the mistakes already. So
it'll save you a lot of time and heartache, I think. And then I tell people too, just it's not that we don't want people to be self-sufficient. We absolutely want people to be self-sufficient, but a Cornish cross chicken in the grand scheme of things is not it's not a self-sufficient bird for if there is really truly like a grid down scenario and you're just trying to create your own food source, right? So if you're simply raising Cornish cross just to have an average amount of chicken you eat for a year, you need to let us do it. That's just the honest truth. If you're trying to be resilient and have your own food source that is sustainable, that you have ongoing, then you need to get more of like a heritage breed bird and have an incubator and be hatching eggs.
No, I would honestly don't do chicken.
Or don't do chicken, yeah.
There's other things that would be better, like ducks.
Or rabbits.
Yeah. For meat's sake.
Yeah.
Or just any kind of ruminant that you don't have to buy in grains. But anyways, we could talk about that too.
Maybe that will be our next Takeover Tuesday. That might be a good idea, is to go more in depth on the homestead bundle and lay out why we came.
To do self-sufficiency.
Yeah, why we came up with it. Because in our honest opinion, Cornish cross are not a self-sufficiency thing. So you need to, just let us help you. We're here to help, and we can do it for a good price, and we have flexibility within the package. So basically I would invoice you for the whole year, but you can pay it at a discount in full, or you can pay it in monthly payments. I don't care. We will work with you on that, and then that'll get you the meat you're looking for in a way that you can use it without having to have the heartache of doing the whole thing, especially the first time around. It's not that we don't want you to learn. You should learn. Watch videos. Look into it. But
we'll go somewhere else in somebody else's farm, and we will help do a processing demonstration. We don't do that. We don't do classes here. We've done it before, and it's just it's not worth it for us to do that, especially with how we have everything set up. We don't want to do that because it won't even apply to you at home processing because of the equipment and stuff we have. You're not going to have that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, but no, we can teach. We don't.
We don't teach here.
Yeah, we don't teach here. It's not that we mind teaching. We will, but if it's something where you're just on the fence about, definitely look at the homestead bundle.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all for now. So we'll try to get back on track with the Takeover Tuesdays, but right now the meat chickens take over everything. It's that time of year. So it's been a busy couple of weeks, and we haven't had a chance to get to it. So just wanted to catch everybody up on everything that's been going on. Fairly dramatic last couple of days, but we've turned it around. I think we're all in the home stretch, and yeah, I think that's it. So I think once I end this, I'm gonna see if I can download it and post it on YouTube too, but hopefully it'll be out there for people to catch up that couldn't catch up on live. So appreciate everybody watching, and
oh, something else I was talking about doing, because one of our other customers that bought the homestead bundle is I need to make a video for the homestead bundle about how to cut up your own chickens.
Oh, yes.
For people who buy that we can send them.
Yes.
Where I will detail slow speed how to do this.
Yeah. So you can get the chicken whole and then part it out, and if you parted out a few of them and packaged them in parts, then you'll have meals made out of those parts instead of just having to cook a whole chicken each time. So we'll definitely help you do that. We can make that's on our list of things to do, is to make that video. So we'll get that done. But I think that's all for now. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you Saturday at the Dixon County Farmers Market. It'll be the next time we'll be out. And in the meantime, just pray for us in the heat, and for healing, for back pain, and just all the animals too. The animals are that's the most important bit, is just ensuring the animals are well cared for and safe. And so we've been wearing ourselves out trying to do that.
Yep. This is the hardest time of the year, is when it gets really hot. Mm-hmm. You got yet another thing to manage. Just like in the brooder, you got to worry about temperature. Well, you got to worry about temperature in the field when they get older. Mm-hmm. And that's because we live in Middle Tennessee.
Yep. So it'll be kind of crazy, but we'll get it taken care of, and we'll be okay. So, and again, another shout out too to our church family. They're amazing. And our good friends Juliana and Doug that helped us with the chicken debacle on Sunday. So that was amazing. And that was the first time I cried, and then I think I cried 3 or 4 different times yesterday probably.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's probably where we should end up leaving the live. I didn't cry today. I don't think I've cried today. Yeah, it's been good. Just sweating. Yep. So blood, sweat, and tears for real. All right, we'll get off of here and talk to you guys later. Do you have anything you want to say?
No.
Okay. Bye, everybody.